My beloved child, I stand by you. In you I am, and follow me immediately. Your source, your parent, and your dependable source. The world might not comprehend what has just transpired, but you will. Because this is where you started to turn. It was here that the ancient wake fell. This is where you regained your true strength. You opened your ears at this point. Here's where we started over, and everything changes from this point on. I am my priceless kid. Will you be closer to my heart and sleep in my love's warmth? Enter this hallowed circle where my kindness flows and my word gives creation life. Accompany me on my journey of faith, where love endures and truth deepens. To become a member of my forever family, click join. Put everything on hold, my little child. Right now, I want you to halt with all of your being, not just your thoughts. Allow yourself to be completely vulnerable, because what I am going to reveal has the potential to drastically alter the course of your life. However, for this change to occur, you must give it your whole attention and be prepared to listen intently and without interruption until the very end. It is no accident that you have found yourself here at this very moment. I am the Lord, the Eternal. For this divine encounter, the timing of spiritual and worldly time has been ideal. Possibly unbeknownst to you, someone invoked my love and power on your behalf by lifting your name in prayer before me, which is how this message reached you. Behind all of the challenges, stresses, and perplexing turns in your life, there is a secret or hidden reality that is subtly at work. It is my choice to reveal it to you today. It will now reveal a deep truth that has been hidden for a long time. However, realize that only those who stick by me till the end and keep their hearts open will be able to fully comprehend and experience this transformative realization. So don't look away, stay with me, because if you stay, I'll tell you what hasn't been said. The burdens you've carried by yourself, your wars that have been waged in the dark, the questions you've never hesitated to ask. I've seen you. I have seen the times when you looked about and felt completely isolated, as if no one could comprehend the inner turmoil you're experiencing. I saw you as your heart gripped with pain in the silence of the night. Lord, is there anyone who truly sees my suffering? You said in a whisper, without using words, and I saw. And I heard your spirit's every quiet scream. Before you could say another word, my angels had already been sent to surround you. However, my message today is far more than just consolation. It may serve as motivation. I come with insight, divine intervention, and determined action because there is a force depleting your vitality, robbing you of your tranquility, and warping your course. It is not a force of this world. It's spiritual. Your being here was never accidental. It was no accident or diversion that brought you to this moment. In order to communicate with you directly, I moved the heavens and the earth, changed the very fabric of events, rearranged priorities and upset routines. To ensure that this moment is unbroken and sacred, I have momentarily isolated you, removing the cacophony and disruption of all other voices. What I am about to reveal is profound and life-changing. The truth is liberating, but it is not a light one. Because you were selected, I commit this revelation to you. Yes, someone spoke up for you before me, shaking, crying, and carrying a heavy heart around. They made no appeals for fame or fortune. Their cries were for your rescue and the removal of invisible things that are weighing you down. To bring back your happiness, your hope, your life, they pleaded with me. and I've come down because their request was serious. I'm here and ready to do something. But first you need to know this. The cause of your persistent bewilderment, anxiety, and loneliness did not originate from a straightforward error or bad decision. A delicate moment of vulnerability, a fracture in your emotional armor, or a faint whisper were the first signs. That gap allowed an unseen but very real force to enter and feed on your fatigue, your setbacks, and your unsaid pain. Silently, this presence seeps through the invisible crevices. It germinates in your mind, sowing doubt, insecurity, and fatigue, akin to a slow poison. Your image of myself, other people, and even yourself is distorted. You feel as though certain aspects of your life are out of sync because of this. You are there, but you are not living. Despite your smile, you are secretly exhausted. You want to get away, yet you serve in quiet. My beloved has turned into the light that shines into the night. Wherever there is a need for peace and healing, we shall plant it with hearts bound together in love. I observe this battle. I see what no one else does. I personally come to mend this profound hurt for that reason. Simple advice won't cut this root. You cannot let temporary luxuries or diversions take away the burden you bear. Direct supernatural intervention from heaven is required to end this persecution, and that is precisely what I am bringing right now. You've been distinguished. The enemy knows you have a mark on your life. This explains why Satan has been attacking you repeatedly, not with loud storms, but with quiet, insidious tactics, constant drops weakening your foundation or unseen leaks. Little annoyances, little injuries, and thoughtless remarks have all eroded your strength until uncertainty took over. You asked yourself a lot of questions. Is there really a purpose for me? Do I really have love? Am I really sufficient? Herein lies the objective of the adversary. He will prevent you from experiencing the whole of what I have in store for you if he can get you to question who you are and what your purpose is. But today, I proclaim that your doubt will be dispelled, that harmful influences will be stopped, and that clarity will return to your view. You are surrounded by my living word, the Lord. I surround you with me. I am giving you a new sense of discernment and a strength that is beyond anything you have ever experienced. Patterns, hidden intentions, and truth beyond words will all become apparent to you. It's not only about self-defense here, it has to do with increasing your authority. The days of being passive are over. Silent suffering is over for this season. The time has come for a strong reaction and a spiritual awakening. Get your heart ready, because what comes next will show you where the forces that have debilitated you came from and why I have kept you safe all this time. You're going to see why there was so much delay, so much silence, and so many difficulties. Everything will begin to make sense once this reality is revealed. Resist. Avoid getting sidetracked by other things. The greatest season of repair your life has ever experienced could begin with this realization. You're not here accidentally or by chance. The truth that you were selected before you ever realized what it meant to be set apart by me is connected to what I am disclosing. Before your mother's womb, I saw you. I had a dream about you before any adversity tried to change who you were. I never stopped lovingly and purposefully watching you, even when you fell, made mistakes, and felt far from me. It's obvious why you are seeing this message now. The moment has arrived to unveil what has been subtly building in the shadows. Not only are you being invited to recognize this fact, but you are also being called to stand up. You are the object of intensely passionate prayers, not meaningless words thrown to the breeze, but sobs dripping tears from a heart with unending love for you. You are the one I have selected to carry my heavenly love, my love. Give it to 3 tired people and see how my calm eases their worries. As soon as that name was said, I heard it. My throne shook. The sky shook with an old, holy earthquake. Your intercession ascended directly to my altar like the purest incense, delicate yet potent. It was neither a claim nor a scream for glory or wealth. It was an earnest, sincere plea for spiritual help, a lowly supplication that went right to the heart of who I am. They asked for a divine touch, a turning point in your life's path, rather than material rewards. Therefore, I came down from my high position to act on your behalf, because I am moved by unending love, everlasting fervor, and the sacred commitment I maintain with people who pray in faith. Even though you might not have realized it, you were shielded by an unseen barrier. I acted to keep the abyss from engulfing you in its depths during the darkest hours, when everything around you appeared to crumble like sand castles in a storm. I unlocked doors you had never even imagined, unimagined, unmapped paths that defied all reason and logic. When despair murmured, there was no way forward. These weren't merely fortunes or coincidental events. I took this care on purpose. Behind the scenes of your life, a heavenly choreography is taking place. There is a deep mystery entwined with your whole life, a secret I alone know. You were chosen and sanctified for a reason much bigger than the suffering you went through. However, this separation was not without conflict. Severe fights fought within your heart, not with others. I created a great plan for you, but it was thwarted by the chaos of self-doubt, the weight of rejection, and the harsh whispers of lies about your true identity. Because my chosen one becomes vulnerable when they do not yet fully understand the wealth within. They are prone to loneliness, comparison, and the corrosive seeds of uncertainty. However, I'm calling you out of that mental and spiritual prison today. I am always able to help and encourage people I select. Nothing in the cosmos can knock you down. I am aware of how often you have doubted your value. I understand how painful it is to feel invisible, as though you were constantly on the sidelines, while others were honored, called upon, and remembered. In the hopes that someone would notice you, you loitered silently on the sidelines, even as you wondered if your existence still had any purpose. Pay close attention to this. Being anonymous for a season was never a punishment. It served as protection. I concealed you in the shadow of my wings while you screamed to be seen, in order to mend wounds that would have destroyed your destiny if discovered too soon. My methods are flawless, and I am a knowledgeable father. Pain is never wasted in my procedures. I sanctify, modify, and refine it. You are the living link between what I will magnificently restore and what the adversary tried to destroy. You'll be the crucial thread that ties generations together, the answer to long-suppressed prayers. It is your destiny to break the old cycles that have ensnared your family for decades, if not centuries. You are the object of a deep and profoundly ingrained anointing, one that is neither loud nor conspicuous. There's no need for you to prove yourself. All you have to do is have faith and trust that I, the Lord, am now revealing what the adversary has been trying to hide from you all your life. Your eternal legacy, your divine mission, your actual spiritual identity. It's true indeed. You were fiercely attacked because you are carrying something unique and uncommon. Long before you did, The enemy saw the promise concealed deep within your soul. The fighting started so early because of this. You were abandoned like a shadow. That's why partnerships suffered secret betrayals and doors slammed shut. The enemy intended to suppress your hope and shatter your faith. However, you resisted despite your injuries. You were unwavering even when you had no voice, and it really touched me. Where the world saw weakness, I saw faith. Where others had buried their dreams, I saw optimism. Amidst the fragments of brokenness, I saw a soul looking for me. The time to reward your steadfast loyalty has finally come. I'm about to reveal something that has been hidden for a long time. The assurances you feared were broken, the presents you thought were gone. The spiritual awareness you believed was dormant. All will be repaired and replaced. But you must acknowledge this fact first. You were selected. This implies that certain conflicts were never meant as punishments. They served as affirmations. The opposition you encounter is evidence of the strength and sincerity within. And now my voice, my presence, and my powerful hand are overcoming that barrier. A change will be apparent to you. The environment around you will change. Without effort, those who are no longer a part of your life will disappear. You will overcome what previously hindered you. Long-delayed things will start to flow smoothly. My kingdom has issued a heavenly decision exclusively for your life, and nobody can stop it once I release it. Realize that this is just the start. Much more is yet to come. I will soon compassionately touch your deepest suffering, and you'll realize that everything you've gone through was never just for survival. It served as preparation, a necessary polishing for the role you are going to assume. I have summoned you, dear soul, to bring my love into the regions where things are broken. Give it to 3 tired souls and see how my tranquility envelops them. Allow me to demonstrate how I witnessed every tear you attempted to conceal, every quiet struggle that went unnoticed. When your eyes were dry, I was there, merging silently inside your heart. When your thoughts were muddled by confusion and you covered up your tiredness with a frail smile, your chest felt tight, as though invisible hands were pressing you into an invisible abyss as you woke in the calm of the night. I saw the day you suppressed your tears to spare other people's anxiety. When you were afraid no one could really relate to your suffering, you lost the courage to ask for help. That nameless grief. I am very acquainted with it. That crippling anxiety that even when your environment appeared steady on the outside, everything seemed about to fall apart. I witnessed you supporting others as your own soul broke, constantly listening, constantly caring, constantly serving, yet spending every day by yourself, surrounded by emptiness. I noticed that you remained silent and didn't seem weak. I witnessed when your prayers grew terse and robotic, spoken more out of duty than hope. I witnessed the moment when uncertainty began to creep in, wondering if you were still valuable in my eyes. You know what else I noticed? I witnessed desertion. I witnessed others' assurances murmured and their promises broken without regret. Here you are, however, still standing, still looking, still selected. It's your awakening. I have seen times when you poured out your heart, only to be met with rejection, silence, or worse, indifference. I witnessed the severe injuries caused when your loyalty was returned with treachery, the intense sting that went deeper than you anticipated. Nevertheless, you took a brave and deliberate decision. Despite every betrayed promise, every crushed hope, every stinging letdown in people around you, you didn't choose to become heartless. You opted for service over self-interest, forgiveness over resentment, and faith in virtue. I did not ignore that sacred decision, even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary. You were lovely in every tear you shed. No one fell aimlessly. Every challenging moment, every restless night, and every hushed solitary prayer were valued and heard. You carry with you a profound type of pain, a relentless toll of wounds unseen to the naked eye and imperceptible to any test. These are the wounds that sap your vitality, rob you of smiles, and leave invisible scars engraved in your spirit. I've held those broken places in my hands, so I know. I have held your delicate heart when it seemed as if it might burst into utter cacophony. I remind you of this suffering, not to keep you stuck in it, but to let you know I have carried it with you. I was there to support you when you felt you had no more strength to move forward. You are standing today because of my grace, which is poured out in plenty to support you, not because of your own strength. Your tired spirit is now being revitalized by that same grace. Yes, you received unfair treatment. Yes, even those closest to you have sometimes misinterpreted and unfairly accused you. For too long, you believed shame when it came knocking under the guise of truth. However, I address you today with absolute clarity. The injustice done to you does not define you. My truth, my love, and my purpose for you define who you are. In addition to regenerating and resurrecting what is supposed to thrive inside you, it brings to light hidden wounds and toxic attachments so they can be eradicated. Now, feel my presence. Feel as though a huge burden has been lifted, how the air around you is getting fresher, lighter, and more liberated. There's no deception here. It is a shift that reverberates into eternity, a profound spiritual truth. Furthermore, the work I have started in you is not unique. Your children, your family, and everyone else who has a spiritual connection to you will all be touched by this purifying fire as it spreads throughout your home. My grace spreads through generations as I free one person, ending cycles of enslavement, reclaiming what was lost, and sowing seeds of freedom and hope far into your family tree. This healing benefits more than just you. You are the crucial link in a healing chain that will change the course of your family's future. You will never be free of the spiritual walls and hidden chains that once held you back. Darkness is exiled when my bright light enters, never to return. But freedom isn't the only goal I have. I'm getting you ready to walk with strength, maturity, and wisdom. A clear vision, a pure heart, and a spirit rooted in steadfast faith are necessary for the journey ahead. I am giving you spiritual discernment, a raised sensitivity, and a radar that will identify spiritual threats before they materialize. This gift is meant to protect you, keep you at peace, and direct your actions, not to pass judgment. You will develop into a defender of peace and a creator of havens where others can seek solace. You still have a lot of disclosures to come. What you've gone through thus far is just the diagnosis. I'll soon make the last cut and take away everything that is depressing you. You will be liberated in a way that has never been experienced before, feeling the burdens lift as the chains snap. Alongside this, your soul will experience a deep sense of conviction. The cycle has been permanently altered. I, the Lord, am revealing what was concealed even from your own comprehension. That which sapped your vitality, robbed you of your happiness, shattered your bonds with others, and impeded your advancement. Now I'm revealing it. You might have assumed that these difficulties were due to luck, coincidence, or exhaustion, However, I showed you that when your soul was injured and not healed, a void and vulnerability developed into that gap, like a steady leak that erodes the foundation over time. The enemy infiltrated covertly and undetected. However, I did see it. I am aware of its beginning, and I announce now by authority, the opening will be fully and permanently shut. You have to understand this fact. It was frequently a spiritual breach, an invisible door left open by hurtful words, poisonous surroundings, and misplaced emotional ties that manifested as misfortune, recurring failures, inexplicable emotional suffering, or financial difficulties. Disguised as concern, envy sowed the seeds of restriction. Emotional stagnation is a result of relationships that appear loving, but actually deplete your soul. Unknowingly, promises made in agony turned into prisons that held your future hostage. However, I've decided to cut all of these connections. Boundaries were never intended for your essence. You were born with an unchainable anointing and a prophetic mission. You really are a guide, an influencer, and a leader. However, those invisible gaps raise doubts, uncertainty in me, in you, and in the importance I gave you. I illuminate these darknesses today. What you used to take for granted as everyday discouragement is now exposed as constant spiritual conflict. They started off quietly with ideas that seemed to be your own. I am insufficient. Even in familiar and safe locations, feelings of loneliness began to creep in. You gradually integrated false information and let fear of being rejected, of failing, or of discomfort control your behavior. You were supposed to speak confidently, yet you fell silent. Everything is fine, you said with a smile, while your soul was silently shattering. I arrived as a piercing light that brought truth and clarity to these shadowy places. This realization leads to freedom. I reveal these things to heal you, not to embarrass you. Closing these gaps, eliminating the toxins that grew in your wounds, and firmly stating, this cycle is over. Hear my voice now, are all necessary for healing. Right now, divine authority is being activated over you. A new spiritual awareness is awakening within you that will help you to recognize what does not come from me, and you will no longer be trapped by draining relationships or deceived by disguised words. This will break the cycle of painful repetitions, inexplicable emotional losses, and hidden blocks to your blessings. In addition, I am reaching into your family's past, uncovering many gaps and wounds that were passed down through the generations, rather than being born with you. You will find peace in closing old chapters that no longer fit with the new season I am bringing into your life, and you will gain the courage to say no where you once felt guilty. Painful patterns, broken behaviors, and unresolved sins have been passed down like silent burdens, but you have been selected as the pivotal moment and the link for healing. Where fidelity was once broken by adultery, it will be restored. Where rejection cast shadows, it will be accepted. Where financial lack prevailed, it will be abundantly provided for. And where loneliness resulted from abandonment, it will be my presence. I am mending your roots so that you will produce fruit that is robust, healthy, and plentiful. This is not just a spiritual change. It will also show up physically. You will experience your body becoming stronger, your mind becoming clear of confusion. You will be able to sleep soundly again. Nightmares will stop, and recurrent conflicts will lessen. The cycle of bondage is broken. The fire of restoration burns brightly, and you can walk forward with confidence, knowing that you are fiercely protected, divinely appointed for a glorious destiny, and deeply loved. Dear wound, I have written your name upon my heart, because when I close a spiritual gap, I create divine protection around you, protecting you, your home, and your future. I cover you with the fierce warmth of my fire, enveloping you in an unbreakable peace that seals your heart and soul. You are mine. Walk with me, and I will renew your strength and awaken beauty and hope in every step. Take a deep breath right now and feel the weight of the burden you've carried for so long. My glory is touching the very core of your being, the deepest recesses of your soul, in a way that unravels every root of stagnation and despair. Feel it lift, evaporate, and dissolve into the vastness of my presence. The weight of worry, pain, and hidden chains is dissolving. What once felt stuck, immovable, and inescapable is now being uprooted with divine precision, completely and utterly removed. I proclaim a sacred truth over you today. You are free. You are free to rise. You are free to walk boldly. You are free to dream without the heavy chains of fear. You are free to love yourself and others without hesitation or self-sabotage. There will be no faint shadow of oppression or defeat. In the midst of this profound liberation, I ask you to take a step of faith and obedience. Share this message. Write in the comments what I have revealed to your heart. Tag someone who needs this word of hope and freedom. Freedom is freedom to believe in the promises that still await fulfillment in your life. By becoming a conduit for this message, you are reinforcing the freedom you have been given and further aligning yourself with my purpose to use the power of your testimony to restore and heal others. However, realize that this is just the beginning. The next stage of your journey requires complete surrender. Let me finish what I started. Don't stop now. What follows will set the stage for the new identity I am meticulously creating inside of you. I want to do a deep, silent spiritual surgery on your soul. It's a delicate but definitive operation that no one else can do for you. The baggage of your past is not the reason you were created. The days of emotional gloom that seem to go on forever are coming to an end. I am infusing you with a fresh breath of strength, hope, and tranquility. What formerly tormented your heart will be ripped away like chaff in the wind. You'll experience a sense of lightness that no situation can take away. You will experience inner tranquility, a calm that endures despite raging storms around you. That tranquility is the undeniable evidence of my presence enveloping you entirely. A song of gratitude will ascend where there was previously a constriction in your throat from unshed tears. An irrepressible courage will carry you ahead, fearless and free, where before your chest felt heavy with dread. I use the force of my breath to raise you up. With the reality of my word, I restore you. Furthermore, I declare that a new version of your story shall be written. What used to embarrass you will now serve as a potent testament to my salvation. What was concealed in quiet will now be a source of compassion and authority. I turn your scars into a bridge, your weaknesses into strengths, and your sorrow into a pulpit today. Because those who have endured the valley of sorrow and come out on the other side have a sacred anointing, a gift that can only be given, not purchased or learned. I am now pouring that anointing on you, the gift of empathy, healing, and the ability to uplift others, since you have a deep understanding of what it's like to fall and get back up. I have never seen you as invisible. You weren't. And now I am awakening every latent aspect of your soul. The fear-stifled voice will yell with audacious authority once more. Pain will decrease sensitivity, but discernment will strengthen it again. The passion that has been stifled by routine will rekindle into fervent purpose. You'll have fresh dreams that are filled with mission, hope, and the future, rather than ones of flight or escape. And now, I extend an invitation for you to accompany me on that journey toward the future. You are ready for a new season that is profound, spiritual, and deep, since everything you have gone through has been rich soil. Know this: you had to deal with more than just physical hardship or emotional exhaustion. It was a spiritual conflict shrouded in suffering and bewilderment. The only reason you have won is because I frequently fought for you in the invisible world without making a sound. That feeling of weight, the emptiness that permeates all your triumphs, and the restlessness that persists even when everything appears to be going well, these aren't arbitrary. They are signs of a spiritual conflict raging over your emotions, your home, and your thoughts. But now listen to me. There's a clear end to this war. Since I, the Lord, stand up to declare victory on your behalf, that end starts today. You have struggled to comprehend this problem, looking for solutions in lifestyle changes, stress, or self-blame. But nothing fits quite right. This is because an invisible force has been robbing you of your joy, obscuring your eyesight, and depleting your strength. A spiritual force that exploited your suffering, loneliness, and vulnerable moments. Today, however, I use my powerful hand to bridge the gap. Pay close attention to what I say. We fight against the rulers, the authorities, the powers of this wicked world, and the spiritual forces of evil in the higher realms, not against people and things. Your body, your friends, or your family are not the targets of this battle. It opposes unseen powers that flourish in the shadows, fueled by fear, kept alive by silence, and fortified by deception. But today, I use my voice to break that quiet. I reveal the plots of the enemy and I say, enough. They won't be able to easily target you. You won't be bound by unseen oppressions any longer. I have taken the battleground on your behalf, so you will be free to walk. You were created to shine my light in the darkness of the world. My truth reaches people in need with your help. Press super thanks and fulfill my pledge in its entirety. My angels are being sent to defend you. In the invisible world, there is a powerful movement. I notice one that you might not fully understand yet. I order it. I command it. Evil forces will now cause doors to swing wide open. Your heart and mind will be freed from their bonds. The destructive tendencies that held you back will disappear. Your history will no longer hold you captive. You'll enter all I've prepared for you with assurance. When I'm around, the weight you wake up with, the unexplained terror, the bewilderment, and the pandemonium all go away. I have shed my blood on you. I use my glory to seal you. The power of my name spoken over your life is too strong for any evil force to overcome. You'll start to notice a difference. You feel as light as a wind. Your mind is clear, your emotions are stable, and your hunger for life is growing again. And this will be a constant, deepening release rather than a momentary respite. You are forcefully restored, incredibly cherished, and immensely valuable. Now proceed in the truth. Your entire spiritual environment is being actively cleansed and purified by me. This is not an act of casualty. It is a significant, purposeful restoration. Your house, your deepest thoughts, your connections, and all the bonds that hold your spirit together are being sanctified by me. My heavenly hand is erasing and undoing every semblance of contamination and mark left by the enemy's control. Now, everything that was taken, damaged, or polluted is being brought back to its former splendor. I am giving you back all that is mine. You asked for my assistance, and I tell you I have sent more than simply messengers or signals today. I have personally visited. I haven't been late. I'm here at the moment. I have a burning fire all around you. All that is not of me is burned away by a holy fire. You are not harmed by this fire. Rather, it destroys the foundations of all forms of oppression, slavery, and spiritual poisoning. It makes a clear distinction between what is pure and life-giving and what is detrimental. I am entering your world, including your diversions, ideas, schedule, and noise, and I beg you to stop, remain motionless, and listen to me with an open heart. I've been anticipating this day, not with annoyance, but with desire. I have seen you navigate life with burdens you were never intended to bear, silently wondering if I still notice you. I have witnessed you give your all for others. You do. Additionally, this is holy ground at the moment. It's only the two of us here. I have things I must express, things for you that have been brewing in my heart, words that might have been spoken before, but you weren't prepared to hear them, and it's all right. But you are now, and I won't allow you to pass up this opportunity. Yes, you have been drifting, not all at once, but gradually and rapidly. Here's a slight change, there a postponed prayer, a small concession cloaked in logic. It wasn't your intention to get lost. I knew how far you had wandered, but you didn't even realize it. And throughout it all, I've been keeping up with you, not with rage, but with kindness, with eyes that were always on you, with arms that remained extended. It's time to return. Let's get back to the point, back to being fully conscious. Come back to me. There are too many voices to ignore. A few had good intentions. Some of them were lying. But I wasn't one of them. And the difference is known to your heart. You keep trying to calm that restless aching. That is your spirit pleading with me once more. I've missed how close we were. If these words calmed you or evoked a feeling inside you, dear soul, cherish them. As a tiny gesture of affection and faith in me, click the Super Thanks button. Your Super Thanks is more than just a gift. It is a declaration that you trust in my provision and that you will help spread my word to those who are lost and searching. I'm sure you also miss it. Although you appear strong in public, I can see how you struggle in silence. I can see that you have wondered why you are silent. I can see that you have been operating, but not thriving. I want the silent wars you've carried to be healed. You figured out how to get by during times when I wanted you to flourish. I am now urging you to switch off your survival mode. I'm calling you to align once more. It is not that I am disappointed in you. Rather, it is that you are more than this. Remember who you are, please. We remember you. You are not in the rear. It's not too late for you. You are not ineligible. You belong to me. The falsehoods of delay and shame have become too loud for you. You've allowed yourself to seem harsh and judgmental. I never labeled you, but you've accepted them. You have inquired as to whether I still have intentions for you, and whether what you are doing matters. Listen, indeed I do. Lions are good, a hope, a future, and they are extremely particular, sacrosanct, and not ambiguous or random. That's why I needed to speak with you right now. The season is changing because you are going to enter a situation that calls for your complete attention. I don't want you to miss what I'm going to do, so I'm clearing the fog. I'm starting a transition, and it starts with this listening session. I want to rebuild some things in you, foundations, not aspirations. The areas that become broken from bearing too much weight in silence are the ones I wish to repair. Restoring your soul's harmony with heaven is what I wish to do. It goes beyond simply doing more for me. It's about living entirely within myself. You've become accustomed to the stress, the confusion, and the internal chatter. But I don't do that. Peace that transcends understanding is my method. Clarity in the storm is my method. Walking with me, not running away from me, is how I do things. I want to show you what it's like to stroll with me once more. We're going to face some issues together in a straightforward but gentle manner. The self-doubt that persists whenever I ask you to get up will be addressed. The fear of failing that prevents you from taking action will be revealed by us. We're going to stop the cycle of perfectionism, which is actually a fear of rejection disguised as discipline. You've mastered the art of looking fine. I want to make you completely whole now. I don't need you to entertain me. There is nothing you have to prove. Recovering love that was never taken away is not necessary. Your surrender is all I need. Your affirmative response is all I need to call you back to silence, trust, and listening in peaceful settings. Because your heart is ready to hear, not because I was silent. I will start talking again. You'll hear me in different ways. You shall dream once more. You will once more sense my proximity. Even in the ordinary, my hand will be recognizable to you. You'll also start moving differently, not hurried, not scared, but trusting of the person who comes before you. It's not emotional hype at this time. It's more than a fleeting impression. It is both prophetic and sacred. It is irreversible. Now I need you to take action. In your routine, your priorities, your thoughts, and your calendar, make room for me. I'm not requesting leftovers. I want the whole uncluttered version of your heart, because you'll need to concentrate for what I have in store for you next. Additionally, I will not give you anything that will break you. I'm getting you ready for what's coming up, but being present is the first step toward preparing. I'm trustworthy. Your contribution to this endeavor, dear soul, is more significant than words can express. By clicking "Buy me a coffee," you may contribute to the global dissemination of truth. Your loyalty is much appreciated, and I respect your heart. I'm not going to let you down. You could continue to feel unsure. That's all right. I don't expect you to comprehend everything. I want you to maintain your proximity. It will become clear. You'll get stronger. Joy will come back. However, you must accompany me rather than go ahead of me. Here's where to start. Take my word for it. Out of hunger, not duty. Allow the truth to cleanse your mind. Have an honest conversation with me, not even math or filtering. I want you, church, to be who you truly are. It's related to what's depleting your soul. You are aware of what I'm referring to. That voice, that attachment, that habit. Let it go. Take care of your nights and mornings. The enemy enjoys whispering at the start and finish of every day. Copy me in both. Continue to be accessible. I will occasionally disrupt your plans. Avoid resisting it. Observe the cue. Once more, I am separating you. It's called reconsecration. This is a realignment. Revival is what this is. It begins within you. You are not divine. You are not your typical self. You have not yet finished. You are getting up. People see you. More than you can possibly comprehend. You are adored. This is not merely an encouraging message. It marks a sea change. There will be a change after this. The doors will open. The old patterns will start to fade. Your bones will start to establish a new strength. I'll feel close to you. You'll know how to proceed. You won't have to walk alone. Since you are on the brink of something sacred, I had to express this right now. I am on the move. I am talking. I'm making a call, and I want you to be prepared. Allow the past to fade. Let the sound subside. Allow the fear to go. I just need your affirmative. So take a breath. Raise your gaze. Quit moving. At this moment, I am with you. Nearer than your own skin, more powerful than your fear, more devoted than you think. This dialogue is the start of something great, something timeless, something irrevocable. You belong to me. You have my love. Let's start over together. Your dad, who never gave up waiting. Don't go to other people to justify what I'm doing to you. I am beginning a makeover that begins on the inside, and even if it doesn't appear loud, it will last. You won't need to pry open doors. When you're ready, I'll open the appropriate ones. To be seen, you won't need to struggle. I see you. You've always been in my sight. Make today the day you return home. Come home to trust. Come home to happiness. Bring your calling home to you. You will not be able to accomplish the work that has to be done. My spirit will be the conduit. Don't worry about the price of compliance. What I restore is not comparable to what you unleash. Have no worry about what other people may think. I am your rewarder and protector. This is the time you were meant to be. This is a sacred moment. So be serious. Allow yourself to be marked. Allow it to melt the gap. Let it reduce the noise. Let it bring back your thoughts about Dan, because I haven't finished and I never left. And this moment is sacred territory. Your story is not wasted in any way. Your waiting is not forgotten. Even the areas you don't discuss are being made right by me, and it will always be this talk. The flames will illuminate your subsequent actions. Thus rise, dear. Rise with purpose. Ascend with clarity. Rise with tranquility. You have me with you.